as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Now, here's Lowry. To the middle. Here's Siakam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
That's fun to see the handles coming out there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, how do you stop a near 7-footer who's got some dribble skills like that? When you think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you in transition. He's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
And here's Toronto. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. It's deflected. A 3 from Leonard. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Misses from short range.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Pass to Siakam. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's not going to go for him. So the Raptors will take it the other way.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
And it goes down 2 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Will it go? Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
Leonard with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Now, here's Brogdon. Here's Antetokounmpo. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified. And Mike Budenholzer, and with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
And here is Lopez. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. 4 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Middleton.
Well, he's pretty calm in those situations. Chris Middleton with ease knocking that one in.
And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year. 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done, and they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about. Eric Bledsoe is accustomed to playing alongside some other great playmakers in Kentucky. He was with John Wall with the Clippers. He was with Chris Paul. In Phoenix, they had 3-guard lineups. So that ought to help out as they continue to get great chemistry. Giannis and Eric Bledsoe could be a devastating duo.
Sinks the three-pointer. Bledsoe's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That's pretty encouraging stuff there. Eric Bledsoe draining the three-point shot and looking comfortable doing it. All keyed right there from the lead pass, right on the money.
Well, Eric Bledsoe, as you mentioned, Brent, accustomed to playing on or off the ball.
Well, that helps a little bit with some of the new offensive schemes that Mike Budenholzer is putting into place. He's got that huge wingspan, which he can always bogart a guy defensively. He's a nice fit on the Bucks roster, and he's a good build around that length.
And then the young fella busts out the slick move inside to get open for the jam.
Greg, that was sick and slick. The D had no chance. Lopez with the steal. All alone. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
Powell, that's good. Powell's got his first basket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Shot's good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 5.
Bledsoe likes to get to the interior. That time, a good job getting near the bucket to score. Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here is Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
And good that time. 15 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We come back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, you've got a huge advantage.
And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game. Standing, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. Well, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys?
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance there. Ibaka goes up strong and finishes with a little attitude.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10 on difficulty, that's an 11.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That one's off. Still out of sync. Raptors trail by 3. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Down low. Siakam. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Pass to Gasol. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a 2-time champion, international star, nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
I'll throw out the 2-time champion stuff for you here, Kevin, but an outstanding big man, Pau Gasol, even in the later stages of his career.
And it's in there. 6 points for Serge Ibaka.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. They now take the lead. And the Raptors lead by 1. And with Pau Gasol, even after almost 2 decades in the league, Greg, he is still a very effective player.
You know, Pau just never seems to get credit for how smart a player he is. When he makes a play on offense, he knows exactly how a defense will react, what will open up, and what the best options are. Kobe knows just how great a teammate Gasol is, and Gasol's knowledge of the game really on an elite level.
It's back to Hill. Pass to Gasol. To the inside. Here's Mirotic. Makes it off the glass. And now a 3-point Milwaukee lead.
Well, we know Mirotic can shoot and is willing to shoot, but it's also great to see him get inside and find some points in the paint.
Back to Siakam. Out to Ibaka. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. A different look for Milwaukee. Just 5 to shoot. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lowry's got the game tied up here for the Raptors. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And the shot goes down. Antetokounmpo's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. They've led by as much as 10. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Inside. Outside, Green. To the middle. That's tipped. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
The Bucks have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. And the wide open shot from Green. But they recover it. Left side, Leonard. To the paint. A second chance effort. 6 to shoot. Back to Ibaka. Here's Green. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And And Danny Green, a terrific shooter who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I'd have to say Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 73s. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table, a consistent 3-and-D player.
And they take the lead. Siakam's got 10 points.
Now, his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
And it's Hill penetrating. Gasol. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Leonard gets it to go. 9 points in the game so far.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
And the basket by Hill. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Pass to Leonard. Good if it goes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He's at the quarter-century mark, 25 points for him in this game, as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And we've got second-half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's deflected. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
Floats one. That savvy little up fake there. Cool in the D. And the Bucks lead by 1.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
So it's Toronto now. And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Leonard. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
Here's Gasol. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gasol's got the game tied up here for Milwaukee.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start. 3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
The Bucks working the ball around. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Pau Gasol, not the same player Brent he once was, but he still knows how to get the job done.
Yeah, 2001 is when it is that Pau Gasol came into the NBA as a very slightly built Spaniard for the Memphis Grizzlies, but the skill was on display from the very start. He's had a Hall of Fame career, a 2-time champion, and one of the best and most skilled players to play that position in the last 20 years.
The Bucks train. Rejected by Gasol. One-on-one fast break. Pass to Van Vliet. For 3. They get it again. Here's Siakam. A wide open look for Gasol. Off target from three-point range.
And that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Gasol with it. Gasol covering. Rejected by Gasol. And he recovers it. It's picked off. To the paint. Here's Gasol. And the layup's good off the glass. Gasol's got 6 in the quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
To the middle. Gasol's shot is good. And the Raptors lead by 1. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Right side, Gasol. Over Gasol. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, there's one thing the Bucks have, and that's an abundance of players with tremendous length. It can make it very difficult on offenses to try to find lanes and gaps and seams to get in there and score. So the tighter they are defensively, the more disruptive the Bucks could be.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And yes, it's good. Antetokounmpo's got 27.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again maybe this season.
Outside Gasol. Back to Middleton. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
No mistake about it. Middleton rising up that time for a vicious dunk.
And the Bucks embracing the trends towards long, versatile players.
Yes, this idea of positionless basketball has been something that's been a construct of the Bucks and their roster through recent seasons. The key is translating that into a much tighter, much cohesive defense.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 4 this quarter.
Middleton's got such a great wingspan. That comes into play on steals just like that one.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Inside. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Paul Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
No good from Bledsoe. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Raptors. Out to the right wing. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Inside. Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Siakam's got 12.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammate.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Poor decision-making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
It'll count. And the game still closely contested as we end. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Raptors with the lead. To the middle. Here's Powell. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Powell's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Raptors. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he banks in the layup.
It's pretty good focus. Giannis gets in there. Tough to rattle him a little bit. I don't know if he even saw that guy. Superb concentration.
The drive by Lowry. Here's Siakam. Bangs brings home the trifecta. And the Raptors lead by 4.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility. Yeah, easy call.
And that one misses.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, he gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
Raptors leading by 5. Back to Powell. Outside Lowry. 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. And the Raptors miss again.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. No good on the 3. Left side, Leonard. Down low. And Gasol slams it in.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Right side, Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Over Leonard. Poked away. Leonard with the steal. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The way Kawhi Leonard has evolved his offensive game is pretty remarkable after coming out of San Diego State. Came into the league as just a defensive stopper and now really, truly a two-way star and one of the deadliest scorers when he needs to be.
It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And that's now 35 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. With Leonard in his offense, he slowly took on more and more of the scoring load while adding skills to his game.
Yeah, he'd always been an efficient shooter from the outside. I mean, that was the big question mark coming in. But he added a lot of volume the last couple seasons and did not lose the percentages. So took on a little bit more of the playmaking role, maybe sometimes playing the point small forward. So that combined with great mid-range, this is why people talk about Kawhi Leonard being a top 10 player in the NBA. There's good reasons for it.
Toronto leading by 5. Pass to Gasol. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Bledsoe outside. Top of the key, Ilyasova. Fast break, Toronto. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
Bucks trail by 10. Here's Bledsoe. Banked in off the glass.
And as much offense as we saw earlier, I mean, we're seeing even more of it here now late in the game.
What is this, February? It was like an all-star game has broken out. Neither side willing or able to stop the other. This whole second half, he's been unbelievable scoring the basketball. The defense has had literally no effect.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Here's Van Vliet. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's a 12-point Raptor lead. We see more and more teams looking to push the tempo. Is that just a fad, or is this going to be a long-term thing?
Well, if I can play against any defense that has no ability to set up where they want to be or have the matchups with the players they want to have, Kevin, I'm going to look to take advantage. And if that happens in the first 5-6 seconds with one pass, so be it.
The Bucks making a switch here. Here's Brogdon. .130 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Mirotic. In the corner, Middleton with it. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Raptors.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Leonard.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 16. Gasol no good.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Offensive rebound. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. 46 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
And good timing from Powell. Readied himself for the ball and shot on catch.
Pass to Van Vliet. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now the team came in fired up from the opening tip. You could see the focus. They're ready to do battle.
And it's blocked by Mirotic. They're running on up the court. And Gasol gets it to go.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Into the lineup for the Raptors. OG Anunoby.
And Toronto has possession. Down low. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks.